What's up, everybody? Been a while since I posted a video, but I figured let's go ahead and get started for the new year. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas and a wonderful New Year. Been a little crazy around here, you know, kids and their activities and Christmas and staying up late, being off work, fixing things around the house. Seems like everything broke while I was off. The washing machine broke, the microwave broke. Did some work in the laundry room. I did get my car in the garage, which is a plus. But I'm wearing my Mr. Fix-It hat in honor of all the things that I've had to fix over the last couple weeks. And I'm not going to let it steal my joy. So let me show you what we're getting ready to get into, at least for this project over the next couple of videos. And then we'll get into something great as this year goes on. Alright guys, so we got the car in the garage. She's a little dusty. My garage is a mess. Got a washer and dryer in here that the counterbalance weight there on the bottom decided to blow up on it. So it's a good set. Good set. Just fixing that, but that's not what we're here to do today. So I drove this car, I don't know, a couple thousand miles this year and really had a good time with it. Getting ready to fix some of the nuances that I've been having with it. You know, as you daily drive something, you want to fix everything that's wrong with it. So the throttle cable's a little catchy. It was leaking a little bit of oil, all that good stuff. But I was getting ready to put on my new supercharger pulley, which I posted a picture of this the other day. I went with the biggest size that Whipple makes. This is a 5-inch. So this pulley is intended to go onto the supercharger if you have a Whipple supercharger. As you guys know, I modified and made a hub that fits onto the crankshaft so that I can use that as my crankshaft pulley. So this one is a 4.5 inch going to a 5-inch, and what that'll do, I don't know what that'll translate into boost wise just yet, but I do know that call it 4,000 RPM, I'll be spinning the supercharger 800 RPM faster than I would be with that guy. So while I was down here underneath the car, I started noticing, let me get my light in here, started noticing oil. Didn't notice, I saw oil down here on the subframe. So as I got down and I pulled that pulley off, I got to looking up inside of there and I started seeing, I don't know if you guys can see that, it's a little bit of oil wet inside there. Now, the bottom of this timing case cracked at some point, and I used some silicone to kind of hold it together. That's why it looks a little junky there and a little junky there. But I think my front main seal is leaking, which is not ideal, as you know. But I'll be taking you guys through that. What I have to do is I got to pull the supercharger off to get my top timing covers off. Take that whole timing cover assembly off because I got to take the timing belts off of it to get in there to do that. So I'll take you through that on the next video. Another problem I had with this car was my power steering was never the greatest. Like sometimes I'd have it, sometimes I wouldn't. So when I took this pump and I put the 6-rib pulley on it, when I was putting it back together, I noticed that the this plate here that goes inside on the top, after I put it in, I noticed that the power steering pump wasn't spinning as freely as I thought it should. But, you know, I already put it all back together, took it for a spin, lost my power steering. And as you can see here, it scored the rotor inside of here. And then what that ended up doing, it also scored the backside of that, is these little veins would not extend. They're kind of stuck in there. So that's why I lost my power and steering. So I have another pump. We'll replace that. Then I'm thinking with my crank seal leaking that I might be getting too much pressure in my crankcase. So we're going to walk you through how I'm going to basically remove the PCV valve. And then I'm going to go into, I already have a oil catch can in there, but I'm going to relieve both valve covers into the catch can, then into the intake. And then I say lastly, I don't know, I'll find something else to get into. But if you remember a few videos back, I kept saying I bought a dual intake temperature gauge, and I couldn't find it. Well, I was up in the attic going through some stuff that the wife had up there, looking for kids' clothes, and I found it. So I'll go through us installing this guy as well. I think, the perfect place for it. So it's a lot of work to be going on here. Next video, I'll take you through all the steps of it. Probably break it down into like 2 videos. A whole video on replacing that front main seal, taking the timing belt off and whatnot. Next video will be power steering pump, probably putting in this gauge, and then fixing my throttle cable. Because, you know, as I mentioned, man, that throttle cable's got just a little bit of a catch in it. And anybody that's drove a manual car knows that if your throttle is catching a little bit, it makes it a little challenging to drive. You know, RPMs shoot up on you and whatnot, and it's just, I don't know, it's annoying. So I'm gonna fix all these nuances, get this bad boy back out on the road, burn some more rubber, because I did notice this when I took my tires off, that I was getting down here to the wear strips, because I think I only got, like I said, about 3,000 miles, but spinning these tires is just way too easy with this supercharger. So I'm going to rotate the rears on the front, and then as the year goes on, we'll see about getting some new wheels and tires, and see if I can find a way to get some better traction. So with that said, give you a nice little shot of that green. Even though it's got LED lights shining on it, it's still a beautiful color in my mind anyways. But we're going to get tearing into this car. Next video will be a whole lot more exciting than this one. So again, thanks everybody for watching, and like and subscribe.